My name is Scott Marlowe. I work for the Rural Advancement Foundation International based in Pittsburgh, North Carolina. This is our series, our conversation on why we spend lots of money on commodity programs and not on fruits and vegetables. So far we've given a lot of specific aspects of how fruits and vegetables and commodities are different in terms of the crop itself, the environment in which they're grown, the environment in which they're marketed. And this is our sort of summary. Let's wrap it up and put it together on why that's gotten us where we've gotten and what the important aspects of that are. So because of this, we can't just say, let's blow them all up and let the free market decide. There is no free market. Hasn't been a free market for a century. And so the question is not, should the government be involved? The question is, how should the government be involved? How do we provide fairness in these markets? Because I think fairly rapidly we could come to the conclusion that it is in the best interest of our country and our people and our food supply and all kinds of other stuff for markets to be fair and open. Most of the time, when people talk about the evil effects of commodities programs, those evil effects are associated not with the purpose of the program, but the means by which it's achieved. If we're going to provide a fair price to the farmer, if we're going to provide some fairness to the farmer, there are a couple of ways to do it. You can reduce supply so that the price stays up, and there are several ways that we limit supply. As a matter of fact, a lot of the other things in the Farm Bill are there because they limit supply. Conservation programs were created in the Farm Bill in part to reduce the amount of land in crop production, which reduces the supply, which maintains the price. Nutrition title, a lot of the nutrition programs were created to take surplus commodities off the market to reduce the supply to maintain the price. The other thing that we've done over time is create a quota. You have to have quota in order to produce. Peanuts and tobacco and several other things were grown under quota. The second thing that we can do is we can assure a price in the marketplace. We can say a commodity can't be sold below a certain price. And that can be very direct. The peanut program used to actually legislate the minimum price that it could be sold at. And there are other mechanisms for the government to basically, if the price goes below a certain level, take that commodity off the market and then put it back on when the price goes back up. And the other thing that we can do is we can just cut the farmer a check for the difference. If the price falls below a certain point, you cut them a check and allow the price of that commodity in the marketplace to fall as low as it wants to. And basically what we've done since the 1930s is we've started out with the first two, controlling supply and enforcing a price in the marketplace, and we've shifted to the third. We've gone from a whole series of ways to keep that price at a fair point, and what we've moved to is cut the farmer a check. So the reason why farmers get these checks is not because they're sitting on their butts and waiting for the money to roll in. It's because we have allowed the price to fall well below the cost of production. But in order to maintain domestic production, we just pay them the difference. It's not how, that's how we've done it, that's how we're doing it now. But it's not how we need to do it. So as we look for reform, as we look for places to change, what's important is to differentiate the commodities from the commodity programs, from the mechanisms, from the goals. So that our goal, which I think we can agree is an important one, is to keep farmers in business, is to provide fairness in an inherently unfair market. The question is, and the question that we need to wrangle with as we head into the next Farm Bill is, what are the mechanisms that we use to do that? We've tried one way and we shifted to another, and we've seen what the costs and benefits of that have been. But what I come back to is, if we're going to do reform, if we're going to try and change things, we have to start from understanding why they're there, how they got there, and what the mechanisms are that create the results that we either want or don't want. Thanks very much.